Love you. Someday we'll watch this video back and we'll be like, July 6th, 2023, we were kids. How crazy. I want some chapstick. Give me some shit. Whew. Okay, it's pouring rain, clearly, but I just went and picked up a cutesy little cake for Luke because we left Louisville this morning, and I think he thinks that we're just chilling at the house, which we are, but I think everybody deserves cake and candles on their birthday, so every year I try and get them for him, and this year was a little bit trickier because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make that work. Publix had me covered, so I just picked up a cutesy little baby cake, and now we're gonna go home and surprise him, and then probably watch his performance from this past week on the TV and get ready for a new week of him being 28. Would hate to be that old. There's just like, this week has just been so overwhelming, and I feel like I have had so much stuff that has to get done and that hasn't gotten done. Oh my god, I just feel so fucking overwhelmed and tired. So fucking annoying. What am I doing? What am I doing? This is a look into what it's like to run a business sometimes. It literally is just, you can follow the procedure every time and stuff is still gonna go wrong sometimes. And it honestly kind of makes me feel like shit. I feel like what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, I don't have the time or the energy to keep up with everything, and I feel like I have to keep up with everything. Hello, it is Crystal from the future here, and I wanted to interject a little bit with past Crystal because I feel like I was in such a panic here because I just felt really overwhelmed, and I was taking things that were happening out of my control very personally and internalizing that. So that's what I meant by this is a look into a small business owner's life, because that really is sometimes what failure feels like a mistake that happens in your business feels like a personal mistake, and like because something failed with work, it's a personal failure. And so I was taking that really personally, and I was feeling like, I have to prioritize this issue over all the other shit that I have to get done and all the other things that are just waiting for me to make the next move. And yeah, I was feeling like shit. So that's just a little bit more context here. In a way, I'm better equipped to communicate than in this moment that you were just seeing. So, all right, back to the past. And so I'm like prioritizing these like things, and I feel like sometimes I'm like, am I prioritizing the right things? Are these things benefiting me enough to have that level of priority? Couldn't tell you. I don't know. This maybe is a little pessimistic. I just feel really negative right now, and I'm gonna be honest about it. So, I'm gonna move to my couch. I'm gonna sit there and work while I watch the H3 podcast, because if I can't get everything done, then I'm just gonna try and enjoy it while I'm trying to get more done. Dude. Oh my god.
right over a cliff.
Try so you'll be able to see it now. Hello. I am time blocking my day like an absolute maniac because I feel like Mondays are my day where I get shit done. I feel relatively well rested from the weekend, and I want to take advantage of that this week. To some might seem a little psychotic, but we're striking while the iron is hot. So right now I'm gonna have to put away dishes while I talk to you about this. I got up at like 5:30 this morning and immediately went to the park for a run. Typically I either go to the gym or I'll just run like a couple blocks near my house, but I have just found this new park and I'm loving it and I cannot get enough of it. Part of making this much content, I've realized, is evaluating the way I spend my time and if I'm using it appropriately, which lately I have not. I have been consuming a lot of media while also trying to create a ton of media, and you can't have both. Like you cannot be on TikTok for like 2 hours a day and also expect yourself to be able to film and edit 3 TikToks and a vlog each week. Like there's just no way to make it happen. And Mondays I feel like I just have the most energy and I kind of feel like I'm wasting it a little bit. This week has probably been the hardest so far with trying to create content at this capacity. I guess, have I even explained how much content I'm trying to make? Realistically, I'm in the process of making a vlog each week. I'm trying to do at least 1 to 2 TikToks a week. 3 pieces of content right there. I'm trying to post on my Instagram stories at least 2 or 3 times a week. So we'll just say 2 and have 5 pieces total so far. I am working on getting more comfortable posting to my Instagram feed. I have not done a great job of that so far, but it is something that I'm working on. And that's before we even get into the like commercial content I'm filming. So all of that said and done, I have felt like I'm racing the clock most days, which is not sustainable. Last week was really me grappling with the reality of how I'm doing things is not stable for me to actually enjoy them. Like I said, this week is just gonna be a little bit of an adjustment to try and mitigate that. I just felt like a mess last week. I'm trying to have more compassion for myself as I'm learning about how I spend my time and what projects professionally I want to do, but it's all a work in progress. We really had a great time the week of International, and Louisville, exploring everything out there was so much fun. I'm so glad I got the opportunity to go, and being there for the arena events and seeing Luke enjoying himself as much as he did was really special. I've never been able to get to do something like that before. So I'm really pumped and excited for all the years to come where I get to do that again. But honestly, when we got back, Luke's birthday was on Sunday, the day we got back. We celebrated with just a little bit of cake and unpacking and laundry, and I didn't even have a fucking present ready for him, which I felt awful about. But between that and just jumping immediately into the week, it was a rough start to the week. So we're trying again. Feeling a lot more like I'm not starting the week jumping into chaos. So Hopefully this time blocking meets Notion project management of my life is going to help me with that a little bit. Also, on a fun note, this past weekend we celebrated 1 year in this house. We bought this house in July of last year. We finally hung up the letter that was waiting for us on closing day. We decided to do our final walkthrough before we went to the actual signing, because I think that's typically how you do it. I don't know. And when we got to the house, there were donuts waiting for us and a letter from the woman who had her entire childhood here. The one thing that they didn't want was to sell the house to an investor. And in this woman's letter, her name is Selena. In Selena's letter, she talks about how she has so many memories on the front porch and learning how to rollerblade in our kitchen and like the trees that are in our backyard when they used to be like super small trees. Obviously, buying a house in your 20s and in the world that we live in is a blessing and a privilege, and that in and of itself was a big deal for us, but to find out how much love and family is rooted in this home just felt like such a cool way to start our own family. And it's the house we came home to after we got married this May. It is the house that we, you know, really started to grow my business, and Luke really started to grow his career. So obviously lots of feels this weekend. We were very hyped to be able to celebrate 1 year and to many more. I'm kind of vlogging in public right now. Now granted, I'm in my car, everyone else is in their car, but this feels a little bit more on edge than I'm used to, so we are pushing ourselves today, ladies. Thanks for sticking with me on this vlog. I feel like maybe this wasn't my favorite edit of all time, but I think it's all a part of the process, and I could have chosen not to post this. I could have just said, you know what, we're gonna start a new week, we're gonna edit it the way it flows with a storyline and a little bit more emphasis on a trajectory, but I didn't want to do that. I really want to capture where I'm at in the moment. This is like a very real diary for me in some way. I'm just really trying to capture where I'm at right now, and this is where I'm at. This is what I'm capable of in my moments of overwhelm. This is it. This is all I got. I hope I can look back on this video and see how hard I was trying, even if from a content perspective it looked maybe not like I was trying that hard. I'm learning, I'm growing, and we're all just doing our damn best. And I really have to bring myself back down sometimes and be like, Crystal, it is just a video, or it is just a TikTok, or it is just an Instagram post. It is not that deep. The more you overthink it, the more you hold yourself back. And I don't want to hold myself back anymore. I'm really trying to show up the way that little me has always dreamed of showing up, of creating things that for so long I made and then just literally threw away. I can count multiple times where I recorded a video, I edited it, I went through the whole process, and at the end of it, I literally clicked delete. And whether I deleted it because I was insecure about posting it, or whether it was because I felt like it wasn't good enough, like the root of it was that I didn't see the value in what I had created. And I'm moving past that in this phase of my life. I'm really shifting into accepting what I'm able to create in the time and space that it's created. I'm gonna get better at this. I'm gonna be able to balance it all. We're gonna get there. If you've made it this far, thank you. If you've this is hard to do in public. If you've made it this far, thank you. If you subscribe and stick around, there'll be more videos like this next week and the week after, and hopefully for many weeks to come. And yeah, I'll see you next time.